Okay, hi, I'm Abramson from Direct Dimensions. Today we're going to talk about starting a digitized online 3D object collection with little or no budget. Those of you who know me are probably thinking, how is he going to only talk for 6 minutes? I'll try. So I work for a 3D scanning company. We've been doing this for 25 years. I've been there for 15 years, and I run the cultural heritage practice serving artists, museums, and historical preservation. Trust me, I've been doing this a long time, and we've been scanning, and my job is to help people find the least expensive ways to accomplish what they're trying to do. And in the past few years, we've seen photogrammetry, which is a new thing that we'll be talking about today, really change the landscape of how well we can do 3D models with very little investment in hardware. And basically, you can use a regular camera and a regular computer and software that's as little as free. So there's lots of it out there. So the two things we're going to talk about to make this happen are sketchfab.com, which is the online 3D viewer, or the YouTube of 3D models, if you will, and photogrammetry, which is making 3D models from digital photos. There's a lot of software out there. I'm going to just say Agisoft PhotoScan is one I recommend because it's inexpensive and it's very professional and it's not too hard to use. The best example of somebody doing this is the British Museum. They've made a huge collection from using Sketchfab, and let's see, here we go. And here's one of their 3D models. You can see how they move around, and you can see how nice it looks, and this was done with just cameras. So my idea here is to help you guys figure out how to do this if you don't already know. Oops. Okay, you can see they have all these things, and back we go. Okay, the oversimplified process is you got to select an object, take the pictures, run the software, export the model, load it to the internet, and share it. Sounds pretty simple. It's not quite that simple, but it's not too bad. The most important thing is selecting your object, because if you pick the wrong object, you're going to fail. So one of the things you don't want is shiny. So, and you also don't want something too big, because if it's too big, it'll take too long and you'll not get it done. So I'd recommend doing the Coon's dog on the right, which is nice and matte and small, doesn't have a lot of undercuts. Complexity. The one on the left is highly complex, and the one on the right is much simpler, so you'll be able to get that with a lot more ease. And eventually you can do the hard stuff, but you don't want to start with that. The dinosaur on the left, good luck. The bone on the right is pretty good. The lunar lander, or spaceship there on the left, is again complex, but it's also shiny. Obviously the boot is would be the choice. So taking the pictures is pretty critical. There's some things that are important. The most important one of those things is the lighting. So the ambient lighting, those of you who don't know what that means, I like to say if it's a cloudy day, that's ambient lighting. If it's a sunny day and you're in the shadow of the building, that's also ambient lighting. Diffuse lighting will allow you to have equal color from all angles, but it'll also keep you from getting your shadows in the photos. The way the photogrammetry works is it matches pixel pairs in different photos to render a finished 3D model. And if you have shadows that are introduced in some images that aren't in others, well, that messes that up. You want to have a large depth of field with everything in focus. You want to have lots of overlap in your images. And if you have a lot of detail, you can go in and take more detailed images up close. Let's see. So I'm not a technical person, although I work for a technical company, and this is something that I'm very proud of because I did it all by myself with my camera and this little laptop that we're just looking at right here. This is from the Bethesda Fountain Terrace at Central Park, and the reason it looks so nice is A, it was an overcast day, B, this object is matte, it has a lot of complexity, and it has a lot of detail, so the camera liked it. I'd assume that the software liked it a lot. So when you look at this next image, oops. Okay, there you go. When you see that, you can see that these are where my pictures are taken. So this is actually in the Agisoft software. After the pictures are taken, you can see that the farther away I get, it gives us the ability to see the whole image. Now here's an image of people actually doing the photography. And you'll see they go all around it, and they'll go from different heights. And I'm not seeing anything on my screen, but you guys are. And I think we're dead in the water. But I can tell you that if you saw what you just saw there, it's, oh, there we go, okay. So I just want you to be able to see that the concept is you take the pictures from all around, and then basically once you get it into the software, you're just uploading your pictures into whatever the software program is, and then what I like about it, and the reason I was successful doing my project, is it's simply following a workflow. You align the photos by pushing a button that says align photos. You process them into a point cloud by pushing a button. And basically, the last thing I have to say is take it easy, start with something nice and simple like this little object we have here, and you'll learn something pretty quickly and you'll be pretty happy with it. So there you go.